Hi there, my name is Pam Grushkin, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do the make one increase left and right in continental and English methods. Make ones are used to increase a stitch using the ladder that travels between the stitch you just knit and the next stitch on your left hand needle. For make one right, you're going to pick up that ladder with your left hand needle. You can do it with your right, but I prefer the left. And you're going to pick it up from back to front. And the way I remember a make one right is I think I'll be right back, because I'm going to pick up that ladder from back to front. And then you're going to knit it in the front. I sometimes use my left index finger to slide that front leg forward to gain better access into the stitch. And you knit through, and if done properly, you do not get a hole in your knitting. We'll do that one again, English style. Make one right, lift the ladder from back to front with your left hand needle, tip the front leg forward, and knit it. For continental, you're still doing it with your left hand needle. Pick it up from back to front. And now I'm finding it's a little easier to use my middle finger and thumb to pull that stitch down so I can knit into the front. Make one right, and you can see I'm using my thumb to keep the other stitches from jumping off. And that's your make one rights, English style and continental. If we remember, I'll be right back for the make one right was picking up the ladder from back to front. A make one left picks up the ladder from front to back. And then you knit into the back. You can use your index finger and thumb of your left hand to angle that stitch a little bit if it makes it easier. Then you'll go into the back of the stitch. Make one left, go into the ladder from front to back, and knit into the back. Continental style. Go into the stitch from front to back, and I'm pulling that back leg down a little bit to gain better access into it, and I knit through the back. So those are make one lefts, both English and continental. Make one purls can be done on the wrong side or the right side, as the make one right and left knitwise could be done on the wrong side as well. So you're going to, for a make one right purl-wise, your setup is the same. You're going to use your left needle, and you're going to pick up that ladder from back to front, and you're going to tip that front leg forward so you can get into the stitch, and you're going to purl it through the front. And you want to make sure your yarn is in front. If you're doing ribbing or something and they're increasing, your yarn might be in the back if you just came off a knit stitch. So you want to make sure your yarn is in front when you do that make one purl. So make one purl right, you're going into that ladder from back to front, tip that front leg forward and go into it. Make one right purl-wise knit continental. It's a mouthful. You're going to pick up that ladder from back to front. I've brought my yarn forward so I can see into the stitch, and then I can complete that stitch through the front. a make one left purl-wise. Put one stitch over. You're going to go into that ladder from front to back. This one's a little trickier. Again, make sure your yarn's in front. I'm going to use my finger and thumb of my left hand so I can see that back loop, because when you lift up the ladder from front to back, you have to knit into the back without splitting your yarn, preferably. It's almost as if your needle has to come parallel rather, to the left-hand needle for the angle you need to come through that stitch to purl through the back loop. That one is a little more fiddly, as evidenced by the fact that I am splitting my yarn. All right, so make one left. I'm going to go into that ladder from front to back, bring my needle almost parallel to the left-hand needle, put my needle tip in that back leg so I'm purling through the back loop. Continental. Go into that ladder from front to back. And get that needle in the back loop. It is fiddly. And if it's fiddly, you're likely doing it correctly. Okay, go in from front to back. Oh, try not to drop your stitches in the process. There we go. All right, so front to back. And purl through the back. Thank you for watching my video. Please visit my website at www.pamgrushkin.com for a list of my virtual classes. Hope this helped you today. Thanks.